Hello and welcome back to my Sunset Valley Let's Play. My name is Emma and today we will be playing the Alto household. As you know, in the last episode we played the Andrews household. We played Victoria and Beau. Beau I was not a massive fan of, but we made some great progression for them in terms of careers and in also terms of their hobbies and skills. I'm hoping that this episode will be no different. Here we have the Alto household and they are difficulty level 2 because it's just a couple and I presume Holly is now an adult. They have 93,683 simoleons, so they are considerably wealthy, and their bio is as follows. The Altos are new money. Their unscrupulous business practices have gotten them far in this town. Unofficially, they own most of the local shops, but how did their daughter become such a goody two-shoes? So my recollection of the Alto family is that you have two, they might not both be evil. I'm pretty confident that Nick is evil, but and I think, what's her name, Vita Alto? I think she's probably not the nicest sim either, but Holly is a really good sim, so we'll have a look at those in a second. They live in Villa Alto, a very inspired name, which is a 2-bedroom and 2.5 bathroom house. The house bio is as follows. This executive home features multiple living areas and a stately home office. It is perfect for operating the family business or accommodating the family that is the business. So now we've had a quick look at their bios, let's go and have a look at the individual sims themselves. As though to further my argument, here we have Vita Alto and Nick Alto looking particularly miserable and kind of evil, to be honest, particularly his face. I think both of them have quite a pinched face, which definitely lends itself to the more villainous characters in The Sims. So this is Vita Alto. She is currently an elder, as you can see. She's 84 days old. She is a Leo. She likes classical music, grilled salmon, and the colour red. Red, clearly for evil, right? She is a schmoozer. She is a snob. That's probably a key part of her character trait, actually. She is charismatic, she is evil, and she's also ambitious. So this is reflected in the fact that she is anxious to advance in her career, which we'll take a look at in a second. In terms of her family tree, it's literally just herself, her husband Nick, and the daughter Holly. So her personal bio is as follows. As charming as she is unscrupulous, it is highly unfortunate for all the town that Vita Alto is a politician with any sort of power. That's a great endorsement if I've ever heard one. In terms of relationships, she is, she has an old friend in Gunther Goff, but that's basically the highest the bar can go. So they're clearly very good friends. And he's a workaholic, so I feel like maybe that's why they get on. Obviously, she likes her husband Nick, which is nice to see. She also has an old friend in Cornelia Goth, so she's clearly very close to the Goth household. She obviously knows Mortimer as well. She does not have an amazing relationship with her daughter. It's a positive one, but only marginally. I really do like this actually, that the enemies of Vita, and we'll have a look at Nick in a moment, but definitely Vita's enemies are Nancy and Jeffrey Landgrab, who obviously live across the road. If you know this game, they are the rival families. I think it's kind of like a Montague Capulet kind of situation, kind of reminiscent of Sims 2, but much more about money. And she knows of Malcolm Landgrab, their son, but she doesn't really have any strong feelings towards him. In terms of her career, she has retired, which would explain why she's anxious to advance. She's not going to make any progress because she is retired, but previously she was a level 6 politician, so she was a local representative. In terms of her skills, she has level 5 of the charisma skill, which would have been very helpful to her in her political career, and she's also level 2 of the writing skill. In her inventory, we have some books and also a laptop. And as always, when we join these games, which is nice to see, her needs are pretty much fulfilled as they currently stand. She does also have attractive company moodlet, which means, I'm assuming, means that she's attracted to her husband, which is always a great start. She wants to invite someone over, which she can do, and she can do that by throwing a party, and then she wants to become good friends with someone. So these are quite generic ones that don't necessarily align with her lifetime wish, which is to become the leader of the free world. So that's to reach level 10 of the political career. Obviously, as we can see here, she's retired now, so she's not going to be able to ever fulfill that lifetime wish, which is, you know, it's very sad, but she's evil, so let's not cry about it too deeply. Next up, we have her husband, Nick Alto. He is also attracted to his wife, which is lovely to see. Nick Alto is a Pisces. He is an elder who is also 84 days old. He likes classical music as well. He likes the food ratatouille, or perhaps the film, we don't know. And he likes the colour red as well, so I don't understand why they've gone for a yellow theme here, given that both of their favourite colours is red, but when we take a look around the house, I'll see if I can spot any red details. He is a workaholic. He is also ambitious down here, so that's something him and Vita have in common. But he is family oriented, which is probably my favourite trait to play. Usually want to have big families. They've obviously only had one child, for whatever reason. He's hydrophobic, so he's scared of swimming, which is a really interesting trait, I think, to kind of throw into here in this mix. I don't know, I like when they put a random trait that doesn't necessarily fit with what you might presume about this person. I don't know, it feels like it gives them, you know, there's more contours, there's more kind of shade, there's more to the character. So I like that. He's also mean-spirited as well. So not evil per se, I was incorrect about that, but mean-spirited. In terms of relationships, he has a best friend in his car. If that's not the saddest thing I've ever heard, I don't know what is. He actually might prefer his car to his wife, so that's great. But he does obviously have a strong relationship with his wife. He's good friends with Agnos Crumplebottom, who, as we've previously discovered, is in a relationship with Jared. He is good friends with Morgana, now Morgana Sakamoto. Interestingly, he's also good friends with Thornton Wolfe. So, you know, maybe he was friends with the couple prior to their separation, and he's maintained that. He has a few more friends. The Goths feature here, not particularly highly. Again, he doesn't have a particularly strong relationship with his daughter, but it is in the positive side of things. And all the way down here, we have a random dislike for this Anne Song character who we don't know and will probably never play. But here you can see he's old enemies with the Landgrabs as well. In terms of his career, he is a retired vice president, so that's level 7 of the business career. Which is interesting because his lifetime wish is to become the Emperor of Evil, so he wanted to reach level 10 of the criminal career. And he never actually was a part of the criminal career, so that's really interesting. They've kind of not synced up his work with what he wanted. In terms of his skills, he is level 4 of the athletic skill, and he is also level 2 of the handiness skill point. He has 2 laptops, just to show off how wealthy he is, and also a guitar, which is a random addition, but I like that. And he kind of needs the toilet, but other than that, he seems to be in good shape at the moment. He currently wants to work out until he's fatigued, and he wants to join the criminal career. I wonder if we should just give him a renaissance, since he's asked for it. I mean, I know I usually don't put career choices in, but he's always wanted to be the Emperor of Evil, so, you know, maybe we can have him start on that journey. There's no way at this age I would have to be playing him dedicated in day out, I think, to be able to achieve that before he dies. So there's no way he's going to do it, but it might be nice to give him, you know, something to do during the day. I mean, that being said, though, he's going to go from this salary to whatever the first level of the criminal career is, so that's not looking favourable for him, but that's fine. If that's what he wants, that's what he gets. Just to quickly look at his personal bio here. An utterly ruthless businessman, Nick Alto, along with his wife, has plotted the misfortune of almost everyone they've met. Which is, I mean, they've managed to maintain quite a few friendships. I wonder if they're real friendships, though. Do you know what I mean? Are these manipulative ones where he's Thornton's rich? Has he just befriended rich people? Agnes is rich. I think that might explain a lot of their friendships. I mean, yeah, Gunther Goth is rich. Obviously Cornelia is, because she lives in the same place, and that's their friends. So I think they are befriending all the rich people in town at the expense of the land grabs. That's my theory and my reading of what's just happened here. Interestingly, Vita is asked to join the political career. The problem is she was already in that, and she's retired from it. So I know she might want to go back into it, but I'm not going to actually follow that through, I think. Just maybe with Nick. So this is Holly Alto. She is the only daughter of Nick and Vita. She is a Pisces. She is an adult and she has 17 days until she becomes an elder. I think when you start this game, she's actually a teenager, so she really has aged up a fair bit throughout the course of this game. It would be, I think, good to pursue any family interests she may have in relationships, because obviously she only has 17 days to build a family if that's what she's interested in. She likes pop music and cobbler, and she also likes the colour Irish green. She is a vegetarian. She is a good sim. She is easily impressed. She is artistic, and she's also a computer whiz. I think the good trait is probably the one I know Holly most for. She obviously grows up with Nick, who's mean-spirited and wants to be the Emperor of Evil, and her mother, who is simply evil as a trait. So, I understand why she doesn't necessarily gel very strongly with her parents. In terms of her personal bio, Holly somehow managed to develop the polar opposite moral code of her parents and is constantly striving to turn them to good. I think that is a lost cause, Holly. But what I think is interesting, and obviously this is, The Sims, they're not going to move out and they have a house like this. But it's interesting that, she's still living at home, she's an adult, despite all that. I wonder if she's waiting for them to die off. I know she's a good sim, so that's probably not true. Before I go anywhere, very interestingly, she is romantically linked with BB Hart. So we've got another, I don't want to label her per se, but we've got another woman here who's interested in other women. And from what I can see, BB Hart is good, and she seems to have really nice traits that complement Holly's actually. So I think we should pursue this, and then hopefully when we play the Hart household, we develop that further. But I think that's really sweet that we've already got something to kind of work off, a base to work off, even if their relationship is not particularly high. It's a nice start point. In terms of friends, she doesn't seem to have any. She is probably closest to Jamie Jolina, who is her boss, which is, I don't know, maybe that's a bit sad. Hank Goddard is also close to being a friend, maybe. Yumi Sakamoto, obviously BB Hart we've discussed. She doesn't get on with her parents super well. And she knows Morgana, who's a colleague at the moment, but she doesn't really have any close friends even, so maybe that's something we can work on for her as well. In terms of her career, she is a level 1 medic, so she's an organ donor. She, however, would like to join the science career, and actually that's her lifetime wish, is to reach level 9 of the science career. So I do think that we need to look into switching her careers up, because it's not like she's progressed significantly in this career anyway. So I think switching to the science career is probably a good idea. In terms of her skills, she's logic skill level 1. She needs 3 in her current career to really be kind of making it. And she has level 2 of the painting skill. She has 3 apples in her inventory, God knows why, and another laptop, just in case you didn't have enough around the house. In terms of needs, she's a bit hungry, but other than that, she seems fine. Now, the house might take us a little while because it's absolutely colossal. So from the start, we have this drive. I'll do most of the outside later, but just to understand the kind of context of this house we're looking in, you have this drive with this really beautiful kind of gravel walkway. You have these plants, beautiful, and the street light. Then you find yourself in this kind of entry hall here. So as you can see, you enter in front of you is this staircase that leads upwards. There's a lot of marble, there's a lot of yellow, as we've discussed. A really nice sitting corner here with a bookshelf down here, so I'm sure this is a lovely place to read. A bit further down here you have this sitting area with a TV and also this really fancy painting wall sconce thing. Through here on this end of the house is an office. You have another laptop. God love them, they love a laptop. And it's draped out in really nice curtains. Off this hallway corridor is a bathroom, which is again very marble, very pretty, very spacious, unnecessarily so. When you come out the back of here, you come through to this dining room area. Really lovely, huge space. You've got speakers here. Again, very yellow. They've stuck with that theme, a little bit of blue as well. When you've finished in the dining room, you walk through here. There's a lovely sofa. I really love the blue and gold accents, actually. Really lovely. You have this desk, which is literally just used to house a phone, and another bookshelf. Coming through this way, you are led through to this kitchen, which is pretty sizable. Has really, I don't really understand why the lights are arranged like this, but that's cool. They have a lot of appliances. I don't even know if you could fit a plate on these seats, so it feels a bit pointless, but I suppose it's always nice to have extra seating. Then we come through from the kitchen. There's a little entryway here, but there's also one here to this. This is an excessively sized bathroom. This is ridiculous. They literally have nothing to fill this space with. I'm also not a super fan of the kind of light pink blue of whatever the colour scheme is here. I'm not a fan, but that's fine. It's Holly's ensuite. And this is Holly's room, which again, I'm also not a fan of. I don't mind the walls per se, the purple walls, but I don't like it with the blue, and I really don't like it with whatever the hell this wallpaper is. And even the floor. However, that being said, it is a pretty cool room for a teenager to have. It's a pretty interesting design, and I think that's kind of part of the fun, isn't it, of The Sims, and the ability to edit everything with the colour wheel, is that you can make some really quirky rooms that are very individual, and you know, this is definitely an individualistic room. I don't think anyone can deny it's not. So she has this really cool like living room area within her room, which has got a video game console and a TV, and she has this little bed here which you might need to make into a double if she's planning on staying here longer term. I do like the little accents that they put on these things, like this little makeup palette they've popped there in the mirror as well. So that's downstairs. If we go upstairs, we are greeted with another hallway type room. This one is obviously slightly darker in colour and style. You have these bookshelves with this shelving unit, a fancy portrait of definitely a dead guy. Through here on this side of the house you have what I can only describe as a recreational room. So there's a makeup, I think it's kind of a getting ready station here, so you've got tissues and perfume and a mirror. This seems to be kind of the gym area, so you've got a treadmill with a mirror here, and I'm presuming that these speakers can be used or should be used for exercise. I actually really like the addition of the towel here, as though, you know, you get sweaty on the workout and use the towel to cool down and dry off. Through here you can kind of see the kind of skills they develop. So you've got the logic, another bit of logic, the guitar, which clearly I think Nick had picked up. You have the easel as well. Then through to the other side of the house, the slightly larger side I would say, we have this informal social area, maybe living room. Really lovely statue. This is probably my favourite statue in the whole of The Sims 3. It's kind of my go-to when I'm preparing a fancy house. But they also have, you know, the globe there. They have this water feature, which is also another nice little thing to put in a rich home. Through here on the other end is the master bedroom where Nick and Vita will sleep. And I actually do really like the colour palette on this one. I really like the bed. It feels very kind of regal to me. You have another lounging area. I really don't see why they need so many places to sit. But I guess it's a big house. They need to fill it somehow, don't they? And here you have another incredibly wasteful sized bathroom. However, I actually really like this one. I'm not so sure about the pink, but there's just this kind of, I don't know, Mediterranean feel to it. And you know, you have the bath which kind of looks out over the views, not only of their garden, as you can see here, but also out over onto the town, and they can see all the places they own, or you know, the place of work she has to go to. So they can kind of look out onto the town here, which is really quite a fun view to have in this property. And I think a nice addition to this room is the his and hers sinks. I always really like when, you know, you're playing a rich family and they can afford to have those. Quite a nice stylistic touch. There's a little balcony to the bathroom. Again, I don't know why anyone would need that. But it's a nice touch. In terms of the outside of this property, this is kind of what it looks like overall. It's huge, as you can see. It's kind of cool that it's a pink house. You have this little pond here, and I'll show you the rest of it in more detail now. So through here you have a garage. Obviously you have the car parked outside there now, but you've got 2 spaces inside, 2 outside. Around the back of the house you have this cool like maze garden thing, which, you know, the reality in The Sims is that you're not really going to have much happen here. No Sim's really going to walk through this at any point, but it's a really nice feature to have. This has to be one of the nicest bench vistas in the whole of the Sims franchise. It's just got to be. I mean, look at that. Look at that view. You can see down here is the beach, and that's kind of where the Wangolas live over there. Crumplebottom lives there. You've got just you know, you can't see everything, but you pretty much can. You've got the Goth household there. Like, everything's kind of within sight of this place. I think this is a really lovely place to see the town as it's been designed. As I said many times, I really love the graphics in The Sims 3. I love how they've designed all this and the open world element of it. It's really cool. Right next to that over here is this really cool swimming pool. You've obviously got the sun loungers there and a little bar as well. And just up here you have some more seating. And on the other side you have a fire pit here. Just really lovely outdoor spaces, and I think, you know, I can imagine they had a lot of fun designing this home and this layout. So that's the house, and that is the Sims that we're going to be playing. So I think what we will start off with is to fulfill some of these wishes we've got. I'm going to have Vita throw a party. There you go. I'm also going to have Nick Alto join the criminal career. I think they can go without his wage for a little bit of time anyway. And for Holly, I'm going to have her eat one of those apples she's collected. And then I'm going to get her into the science career. Before I do that, we've had this pop up for the party planner to come through. No one is nearing a birthday, so we're just going to do a standard house party. Let's make it at 11 AM so we have time to set up. I feel like Vita would do formal wear regardless of the occasion. So in terms of who we're going to invite, I think Thornton is a friend, Yumi, Morgana. That could be interesting, seeing how they react to each other. We are going to invite Jamie Jolina, BB Hart, definitely. Let's see how Mortimer Goth is doing. Hank is a friend, Agnes is a family friend. And I think that should be it for now. So I think this is going to be a good group of people. Obviously not everyone will come, but hopefully they will. It's a Saturday, so, fingers crossed people show up. The nice thing about the science career is it's literally just across the street from them. So it won't take Holly too much time to go into work every day. Once she's done that, we'll come back and we're going to see if we can work on her relationship with BB Hart. So Vita is going to play some video games. I don't think that's particularly in keeping with her brand, but everyone else is out of the house. She can do what she wants. Okay, so Holly is going to become a test subject. Yes, she would like to quit the medical career. So she has now given herself the career path that she wants. So hopefully, moving forward, maybe we can get some traction on that. She's not unfortunately going to be able to do much this round, but maybe we can get her skills of gardening up so that she stands a chance of getting promoted in the future. In terms of Nick, yes, we would like him to become a decoy as a criminal. We would like to swap that out. Financially a terrible move, but they really do have enough money. They're absolutely fine. He already wants to work at home, which is a bit much, but we can do that. Because he's just joined that career today, he doesn't have to work today, so we've got today off so that he can enjoy the party, and then we can get him started a little bit later. I know Holly's heading over there now. I do think we'll kick her off, or maybe we can use one of these mini laptops and just have him work from home just to complete that. Work from home, please. He also wants to learn the painting skill. I don't know if that's at all relevant with the criminal career. I don't think it is, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. So I think he just has randomly developed an interest in painting. I wonder if it's because Holly has an interest in painting and he's trying to reach out, as a family sim. Holly wants to learn the handiness skill, which is something that she clearly needs to have at some point in order to become a scientist. She obviously needs to do gardening as well, so let's have her just plant this tree. I mean, where do you do it though? They have so much land, she could literally put it anywhere. But I'm going to try and make it so it's easily accessible for her. It looks stupid just planted. I think I'm going to put it here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a little gate to this section here so that it's more easily accessible for when she's trying to do the gardening. I think this is probably one of the issues with having such a big house, is if there's pathway issues, it just kind of overrides everything and you have to walk for miles to get anywhere. There you go. So I've popped a little gate there. Hopefully when she comes and does this planting now, it shouldn't take that long. And then we can get working on her handiness skill point. So Vita was checking herself out in the mirror, and now she is going to turn on some music. I presume she's trying to get ready for the party, which we do need a buffet for, and she wants to learn the gardening skill. They want a lot of things at the moment. Okay, so the first guest has arrived, and it's the lovely Morgana. So we've also got other people arriving. BB Hart, yes, I'm glad she's turned up. Morgana's actually come to gossip with her, so hopefully there's some juicy gossip. So BB Hart is actually on her way over to compliment Holly. So we didn't even initiate this. I'm very hopeful for that as a future. Is it just me, or has Jamie Jolina put on some weight? I'm pretty sure she wasn't this heavy before, but she must have done. Or am I wrong? Yeah, okay, maybe I'm wrong. I can't remember, but I didn't think she was that size. Maybe it's the stress of living with, or not living with, but being in some kind of situationship with Thornton. I think that would stress anyone out. Okay, so let's consider the attractiveness of BB. Obviously, you know, they clearly like each other, or she clearly likes her, or there's something here. Okay, has a very nice look about them, 6 out of 10. I mean, I'm not, that's not overwhelming, but I do think that there are times in life where people do just kind of like settle, and I think maybe, it's hard to find other Sims, other female Sims who like other female Sims, so I think we're going to pursue this, particularly as this has kind of happened without our intervention. So I'm going to see if we can progress this, and hopefully she won't. Yeah, she's returning our advances, which is nice. Oh wow, little Joe has improved his cooking skill to level 1. He must be using like a little mini oven, which, good for him. Okay, Hank, if you could not flirt with Vita, I didn't think she was necessarily your type, but even if she is, can you chill? She's happily married. Okay, so Yumi and Gunther Goth are having an argument in the bathroom. Morgana is chatting nicely with Agnes Crumplebottom. Vita is on her way to mastermind a plot with Mortimer Goth, who is just trying to watch TV. He's just trying to enjoy his life. Yeah, he wants none of it. Bit awkward. Oh wow, no, he really doesn't want any of it. Oh, he doesn't like her political decisions when she was in office. I'm gonna stop Nick from working now. First of all, he's stressed, and secondly, he's not really getting involved with this party that Vita has set up. No, we don't want to chat with someone. You're literally at a party. Can you focus on the people who are actually here? Everyone appears to have congregated in this TV room. I wonder if we can just first kiss. Is that too soon? It might be. This is a bit of a risk. I feel like I'm taking a huge risk right now. Oh, that's not good. She's really stepping away. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry, BB. It was too fast. Let's quickly apologise for that. That was my fault. And now she's got a rejected kiss moodlet, so that's sad. I think we need to build up their friendship a bit more. Talk about interests, talk about things that they might care about. God, Yumi really does not like Gunther Goth. Oh, look at her face. She's so unhappy right now. So unimpressed. Okay, people are starting to leave. Oh, Vita is going to go shy kiss with her husband, which is very sweet. Mortimer Goth is not paying any child support. That's not great, Mortimer. I had more faith in you. Oh, how sweet. I'm just going to leave them to flirt in this room. And Holly is getting out her problems with some video games. So all we have left, I think, are the Goths and Jamie Jolina. I don't think anyone else is still lurking. Oh no, we have Thornton. He seems to have pretty much avoided any confrontation in this particular party, so I'm really proud of him for that. Okay, so Vita's party was awesome, verging on epic. Sims all around town will be talking about this one for years. So we have thrown a great party. Everyone enjoyed it, as you can see. I can see why. I think if I got invited to a party at a house like this, I think it would be hard pressed for me to not enjoy every second of it. Okay, so Vita wants to talk to BB, so she clearly wants to suss out the person that her daughter has a romantic attraction to. She maybe just wants to know a bit more about her. Maybe she's trying to be a bit snobbish and just to see what BB Hart is like, if she has any money, what her connections are. I don't think the Hart family are particularly well off, which, from the looks of things, would not bother Holly, but it might affect her mother. I think maybe we just need to spend some more time with BB Hart, so I'm going to invite her out on a date. I don't know. Oh, for some reason it is literally, she's going all the way to where BB Hart is to ask her out on a date. I guess that's kind of romantic. I think if someone came like all the way, I mean, not a stranger, that would be terrifying, but if someone I knew came all the way just to say, can you come on a date, I think that would be very sweet. So the fact she's come all the way to, I think, is this the Hart residence? Yeah. Then, you know, I think it's really lovely. And now they're out on it. I think we should try and build up their friendship level and try and get it to the point where they're good friends. I'm also trying to run down the clock on this rejected first kiss moodlet, because I think once you've got that, I think it decreases the chances of anyone being receptive to you. At least that's what I think happens. So, okay, so let's try and flirt a bit more now. Here we have baby Donnie Wan has grown up into a toddler. So let's have a quick little look at him. So here he is. He is a very cute kid. There's not much point in going into Create a Sim. We've already kind of seen his traits and you know how he'll grow up, but he's very cute. His nappy matches the carpet, so that's, you know, definitely a good stylistic choice to Pauline there. Okay, so I think they've built up their bar quite a bit. I think it's probably soon time for the first kiss. Once they've kind of got up to very alluring, there you go. I think I'm going to try it now. They must have told each other that they had, confess attraction instead. I've no idea how she just transported her clothes there. Power of love, who knows? So they've had their first kiss. Really, 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 really sweet. I don't know how old BB Hart is, in terms of, she must be, I mean, she's clearly an adult, but is she a young adult? Is she an adult? I'm not entirely sure of the age gap here. I think once I've kind of established them and their relationship, I might be able to ask. Let's have her ask to stay over. It's getting late, she's getting tired. Her hair's falling through her hood. She just needs a place to rest. And with a girlfriend, maybe? Okay, that's lovely. Okay, so they are now officially girlfriend and girlfriend. They are in an exclusive relationship, and I'm going to make room for some of these prompts. So she wants to give her a kiss, so let's have a quick kiss. It's nice to see that she's kind of developed her own relationship without too much prodding from us, and we've just kind of encouraged that to flourish. So that's lovely. We're not going to do a full tour of the household today, and actually she can't really stay over because there's a single bed only, and these creeps are taking the spare bedroom. So maybe we can invite her over actually, and she can stay over instead. I'll need to put a double bed in her room, but I think, to be honest, she's an adult now. She can definitely afford to have a double bed. Sadly, Thornton and Nick are no longer friends. I don't know if they've just fallen apart, and also Morgana and Nick. I wonder if, I mean, I understand Morgana's side of things because she's not really rich anymore, so he might not have the same interest in being friends. Thornton has become distant, and he wants to be mean to Thornton, so clearly something's gone wrong in his relationship. Maybe it's because they're not friends anymore. I feel like he's the kind of person to literally cut people off because they've kind of just grown distant from him. Like, they're not kissing up to him. So, I'm trying to actually get you a double bed so that you can stay together. Has she gone home? She's still here. Can we look after our guests, please? Right, I need you to vacate this area. so that I can put a nice bed in for you. So I've just rejigged this bed space to give them a double bed, and I'm also going to see if BB Hart wants to stay over, if I can find her in this godforsakenly huge house. Oh, she's over here, she's reading. So let's ask her if she wants to stay over. I don't know if that would be, I don't know which prompt that would be. But maybe we will just have them consummate their relationship. Oh, once again, we've been left with food that I don't know who placed it there. I don't know why it's there. Luckily we can sell it for 0 simoleons, and that just gets it out of our hair. But guaranteed in a house this size there will just be food that is, you know, I won't see it, maybe you'll see it, and it will just be left rotting for days. I like how they basically are wearing like matching pyjamas. That's really sweet. I know it's not deliberate, but it's very sweet. I do definitely prefer BB's though. Her colour combination is much nicer. I do have a mod which means that female sims can fall pregnant with another female sim. But in this particular gameplay I don't really want to do that. I think you know, maybe they can adopt at some point, but I don't really want them to kind of go down that unrealistic route. Obviously, you know, there's IVF and all sorts of things they can go through, but in terms of this particular game I think I want to keep it as much as it can be within the realms of the possible. BB Hart has decided to leave, mainly because I couldn't find the button to keep her to stay, so she is going to sprint away. It's probably not a great reflection of how the evening has gone. And we're going to get Holly to... I was trying to get you to go sleep. No, I don't want you to get the delicious triple caramel non-fat latte with chocolate sprinkles. I want you to go to sleep. It's nearly 4 a.m. You definitely need to go to sleep. So Nick Alto appears to have had a change of heart. He now instead wants to become friends with Thornton. Maybe he's slept on it. He's decided actually it's probably not a good idea making enemies with every person in this town. So what I will do is, it's still quite early, but I'm going to get him all sorted out and kitted up. And then I might see if he does want to be friends with Morgana as well, but we'll maybe take him one at a time. I might take him to do the painting skill class that he asked for. Then I might invite him and Thornton out to go to the gym together, just to catch up and see if they can rekindle that friendship. In terms of Vita, she wants to learn Hank Goddard's sign, which I think is quite funny, and I'm definitely willing to explore that with her. They are friends after all, and she does, the only thing she knows about him is that he has commitment issues. So maybe we can invite him out. Where should we take him? I think maybe we'll just take him across the road to Summerhill Springs, which is a fishing place. Maybe she gets out there kind of early anyway. She is a bit hungry, so she won't be able to stay long. I just want to find out his sign and see if she has a lot of connection with him. He's picked up at 6 a.m. in the morning on a Sunday, and he's ready to meet her, so I'm sure she'll enjoy going out. I think there's definitely a downgrade in what she was wearing when she was an adult. That has been randomised for her. I don't know why she's kind of gone for the country chic look here, but it's very different to what she was wearing before with that iconic, I think it's like it's a coat, but I think it had fur on it, fur trim. Yeah, very, very evil-esque. Nick Alto wants to woohoo with his wife, so he's clearly only got his wife on his mind. Vita does not have the same thought process. I'm just going to set Hank up with the painting class, and then I'm going to get him to invite his best friend out. So Holly is still sleeping, so I'm just going to leave her. She can have a bit of a lie-in today while I kind of play her parents for a little bit. So Vita is chatting to Hank, who has come all the way out first thing in the morning on a Sunday. His clothes are looking a little bit worse for wear. I don't know why. Was he attacked in the night? I feel like Hank has just been on a night out and he has gotten into a fight or something, and he's literally not slept, and that's why he's up so early. That is my theory, take it or leave it. Okay, let's ask him for his sign and see what he says. Okay, so she found out he's a Taurus. They don't seem to be compatible. Hank has no partner, so clearly kind of the relationship between him and Pauline is not quite gone the way maybe they had, initially hoped. It's kind of stayed where it was. Okay, so they have shared traits. They're both schmoozers, which is nice. Okay, so Hank doesn't have a lot of money in his account, so he's definitely not rich, so I think Vita's just going to leave this conversation. Before she does that, we're just going to have Nick join up with Thornton, hopefully at the gym, if Thornton is happy to do so. Sounds fun. I mean, they're brilliant. So she's going to disband this group and go home. He's not rich enough, and although the group outing was fantastic, so he clearly enjoyed it. I think he might still be drunk though. I've sent him off to go to the gym with Thornton, and actually he's got a work shift to complete, so we can't do that. Okay, he's insisting on going to the lot first, showing his face and then immediately leaving. So thanks, Thornton, thanks for coming. Now we're going to leave, and you are going to try and follow us because we are part of a group, but you misunderstand that we're going to work. You're thinking of leaving soon. I would 100% suggest that you do, unless you want to be caught in a life of crime. Which, to be fair, I feel like Thornton, yeah, there you go. See, he can't follow us into there. You can't follow us to work, Thornton. No, you can go now. We made a mistake. You can leave. You don't have to just stand around waiting for us to finish our shift. Which is, a good friend. I feel like maybe we should add that to his, plus points. Where is he going? No, he's not. Thornton, you are rich. You don't need to be doing that. Look how disgusting that is. Yeah, it's gross. Okay. Alright, you do you, Thornton. I don't think there could be a less attractive sim right now. So Vita has come back from her little timeout in the park with her new friend, Hank Goddard. She wanted to have an evil drink. I do like the evil trait, actually. It's just everything. It's like take an evil shower. Wash hands with the evil soap. I love it. It's so funny to me. I mean, she can have a quick meal fiendishly, but I think we're just going to have her eat some of this food that was left over at the party. Oh, so she's got BB Hart calling her up, wanting to know if she can chat. Of course, yeah. Of course I will chat with my girlfriend. I think the really cool thing is Nick Alto's pension is still coming in, despite the fact that he's chosen the life of crime. He is, of course, working hard. He likes work, which, to each their own. But he enjoys it, so I think his fun bar still goes down. I don't think even workaholics like work enough that it gives them specific enjoyment, but his fun bar definitely goes down much less quickly than the average sim. The glare on these countertops is unnecessary and a bit too much, in my opinion. Right, we have got a broken dishwasher here. However, there is no way any of these are going to be fixing that, except maybe Holly, because she wants to learn the handiness skill, but she just wants to read about it. She's not into the practical application, she just wants to know theoretically. If she were to need to repair something, how would you do it? I think also we're going to, I don't know if they have one, but we're going to invest in a maid for them. There is no reason with a house like this why they wouldn't have a maid. and with a budget like that. Yeah, so they don't have one, so I'm just going to book one in for them. And hopefully the handyman comes first and sorts out this sink, or no, sorry, this dishwasher, before the maid gets there to clean up. Vita wants to donate £100 to Undermine charity. That sounds fun, so let's do that. What do we want? Do we want Undermine Fish Kid, whoever that is, or Undermine the Bella beneficiary? I think she does like the Goth household, so maybe not the Bella one. Let's Undermine Fish Kid. I don't know who Fish Kid is, per se, but, you know, he's going to be undermined. So Nick Alto really wants to earn a promotion, actually, so I think he might just be able to do it this round. Given that we've done some work from home, he might just have enough. So Holly wants to read a book about gardening. I wonder if we happen to have a book about that. Oh no, sorry, she wanted to read about handiness, didn't she? There you go, we do have a book on handiness, so we don't need to go to the bookstore. Okay, well, Vita has got enough aspiration points to get something. I don't know what she would want to get, necessarily. Maybe legendary host. Yeah, she quite liked the parties and she's snobbish, so I think we'll give her that trait. Or that lifetime reward, I should say. I think we're going to have Holly read that until she gains her skill point. And then maybe, when does she finish that? 5:30. I think we can still take her to the art gallery that she wants to do, and have her explore the town a bit. Get her out, you know. Vita wants to talk to BB Hart, so I think we're going to have her call her up, and she's going to talk to her on the phone. I love how she's wearing the same outfit as the handy woman. And the maid, Ashley Gray, has thankfully started clearing up here. So Nick has managed to finish his first shift, and lo and behold, he has been able to secure himself a promotion, which is nice. He's, particularly as he's continuing to get that retirement money in as well. He's got like a second income now, so actually he's really bringing in the money. We're almost back to our start point. He is still in a group. Half his body is through this fence. I can't tell if there's just like a perfectly cut hole for his legs, or if he's somehow powered through that fence, or the fence has gone through here. I don't know, but it doesn't look particularly comfortable, and that would explain why he's got another really uncomfortable look on his face. His quest's doing a really good job though. But I think because we should still be, we're still in a group, so let's try and visit this lot with group and hope that Thornton is around. I wonder where Thornton's out, but where? Hopefully he'll come join us at the gym again. He hasn't actually disbanded the group, despite us being at work the whole time we were supposed to be in a group. So I just hope he's had a good time. He might have still been at the bins. But he doesn't seem to smell, so maybe not. I feel like he would announce his promotion. That seems like the first thing he would do, and he would just discuss work. Thornton's thinking about children, probably the many children. He's not sure if he's sired or not. Oh, they don't get on. I completely forgot he doesn't like children. How was that relevant? He got a promotion. We didn't talk about children. I feel like just because it was on his mind, though, he's kind of just been thinking about it, so he's made a comment or something, or Nick has during that conversation about the promotion, you know, doing it for the kids or something, and he's taken offence. Holly has officially gained her skill in the handiness point, so that's exciting. I actually think we are undermining this friendship significantly with every conversation we seem to be having. So I'm hoping, we can do a lecture, we can get some money. I think he would do it for the status more than anything. Let's try and engage Thornton in another conversation. I really don't want him to just ruin this friendship. Okay, we're asking him, maybe we should just turn it into jokes. Maybe we just need to socialise funny, and that's all we do. Just tell jokes, just keep it on a really, basic level. Oh, we are now friends, and Thornton's about to throw up, so I think maybe let's go work out and not worry about him. I actually think that it's because he's dug around in the trash can, as the Americans say. He's messed around in the bin and he's made himself sick, which I still don't understand why he did that. But I hope you're okay. Okay, so Holly is looking at paintings and doing whatever she does best. We've got the McIrishes around here. And yeah, there's Molly. Okay, so maybe we can get, a little LGBTQ plus community going here. And make some friends. I wonder if she finds her attractive. I'm just interested. I'm not trying to break up any of these couples here. But I am intrigued as to kind of what her type is, actually. Yeah, she's so. I wonder if that's because she's older. Maybe let's try Fiona McIrish. I know that's probably, I'm sure she's not going out checking every lesbian or bi or pan woman out there, but... Oh, okay, so she does like her, but why? What's the difference? Is it the hair? Maybe it's the dress. I mean, to be fair, her outfit is great. So I'll allow that. I just want to ask some questions about her and her progress. So she's 33 days older. So Molly was so. Yeah, she finds her blindingly stunning. Oh, interesting. I wonder if she's just someone she's going to have to love from afar, because she doesn't seem to be getting any wants to do anything with her. She just really fancies her. But that's interesting, isn't it? Okay, I'm just seeing that baby Glenda, who you'll remember is the child of Michael Batchelor and also of Sandy Batchelor. And she's grown up, so I think I'm just going to have a quick look at her here. If Michael would move out the way wearing a stupid kilt. It's sweet, he's teaching her how to walk, and I actually really love her hair and her little outfit here. Yeah, the name Glenda has truly grown on me through this child, so that's very sweet. And I'm also very proud of Nick Alto, who has just increased his skill level to level 5. We're going to pop down to become friends with Morgana. No, someone's trying to compliment him, and I understand that, but unfortunately we need to work out until we're fatigued, or we don't get these points. So I don't know who's trying to... Who is this? Who wants to compliment us? Is there anyone we know? Jack Bunch. I do know that Jack Bunch is a person in this game. With Lisa Bunch, there you go. And that's great, but we are trying to get some athletics done. Thornton is building up his own athletics, so maybe it was good that we got him out to the gym here, gave him a hobby. I think once he's done that, once everyone else is finished, I'm just going to return them home. It's nearing the end of the day. Oh, God knows where I am in this house. Where's the fridge? Here. Okay, so I'm just going to have her eat. Vita does want to become best friends with Hank. And we haven't done too much with her today, so I think maybe we work on some friendships for her. She does want some more rich friends. She's obviously got the 2 goths. And she also has Agnes Crumplebottom, who has clearly turned to an old woman, as has Xander. So we've got some age ups. But I wonder who else we could be friends with. Obviously the Landgrabs are completely off the table. Maybe she could become friends with Thornton as well. Oh, she seems to have eaten a spoilt meal. So let's just... Oh, what is she doing? Do you know what? I have to say, when Sims are evil, this is like my favourite walk that they do. No, I want to see it. Wait, get up. Wake up. When they scare a Sim, it's honestly like the funniest thing. Right, this walk right here. Hilarious. Where is she going? How is she going to scare? You literally just saw her walk in. If you get scared by this, Holly, yeah, that's on you. That's your fault. I don't mean to victim blame here, but that's 100% on you. Right, Thornton's going home because he's sleepy, and to be fair, he's been with us since the start of our work shift. So, we will allow that, I think. And he is already home. Did he go home without him? Maybe. God, we're not... The thing is, I'm glad that we've got Thornton as a friend, because that's what, Nick wanted to do. That was his aspiration. But I just feel like he is a truly terrible friend to that man. I do think actually Nick would just be a terrible friend in general. He's mean-spirited, like, puts work and family before everything else, so he must be a pretty awful friend, which is surprising because he does seem to have quite a few. Oh, okay, he maybe has 3. Sorry, 4 including Margaret the car. So Agnes has retired. Oh, interesting. Malcolm Landgrab has joined the criminal career, which I wouldn't have necessarily picked him for. I don't remember his traits, but I really don't think that that's what he was like. But maybe, we'll have to see when we play him in a future round. But I think that is an interesting turn of events. I think previously I'd kind of linked him with Holly, but actually there is something about, whenever I play these games, Holly tends to end up with a woman, and so, in these story progression rounds. So it's really not necessarily even my decision. The game seems to kind of put her into that category. So it's nice, actually. This is probably one of the things I really like about The Sims, is the kind of, anyone can be with anyone, and, you have a lot of, there's no limits really, which is nice. We've got Holly. She has made some waffles for breakfast, which is nice because all our food's gone bad. I do think maybe towards the end of this round we might have her move out with BB. This is the final day, so that might be something I work on today. Or maybe not move. The difficulty is I obviously want to... If we'd already played BB, I wouldn't mind moving them both out, but we haven't had a chance to play her yet, so I think we're going to have to wait for BB's round and see how they progress naturally. Hopefully we can play the Hart family reasonably soon, and we won't miss the boat kind of on building a family. Even if we do, I think adoption's the way forward for these two anyway, so that would be quite fun to adopt a child and be able to kind of go through the process of raising a child or a toddler or a baby or whoever in that period of time. So Vita can sense that someone nearby her is hungry or in a bad way. She gets this fiendishly delighted moodlet, which is from Sims of evil persuasion take pleasure in the misfortune of others, and she gets plus 15 mood for watching a Sim suffer. Holly's carpool comes in about an hour, so I'm just going to check on her needs. She seems to be doing well. I think we might just to boost it, play a computer game or something and try and get her to the highest mood we can, so that by the time the car comes and she goes to work, she's going to be on a good footing. We obviously didn't work on the gardening skill point, unfortunately, so hopefully mood alone might be enough to get her to where she needs to be in that career. Okay, the carpool's come and she's pretty close to being full bar. She's having a blast, which is nice. So hopefully when she goes to work, she'll have enough stamina for it. Nick Alto, what a specimen. He's on his way to go get some waffles. Vita Alto is going to check herself out again. When they're doing something, so for instance that she's checking herself out, it lights up the trait that this particular action has inspired or has been inspired by. So for instance, your Sim will get the I am beautiful moodlet when looking in the mirror, so it kind of prompts your Sims to do this, to check themselves out, because she's a snob. So that's an interesting way of doing things, is it'll highlight kind of what trait has prompted it, and we'll just see when she gets that prompt as well, that moodlet. She hasn't seemed to have got it. I don't know if maybe that's maybe if she gussies up, or no, okay, it's probably the admire herself one. She's just checked herself out here. I don't really know the difference. She does actually want to woohoo with her husband. He has to go to work, so we can do that when he gets back, actually. Work takes priority. He is a workaholic, and he is ambitious, so he's not going to mess around. I wonder if we can get him 2 promotions in 1 episode. That would be pretty... I think that might be a record for us. We'll see. We'll see how it... We're going to make her work hard, and he's already working hard. So now we just have to play with Vita until they are finished. She is very good friends with Hank now, so I think just a few more interactions with him, maybe a phone call even, might get them up to the best friend status that she's looking for. There you go. So they are now best friends, which is nice. It's nice that she's developed that friendship. Most of her moodlets now are about making friends or having romantic interactions with Nick. So I wonder if there's someone who we're close to befriending, who we might be able to up the ante. So 40. So I think we are going to need... I don't think she's going to be able to make friends with all these people. I wonder if she could make friends with some rich people, or if there's something else we might need to work on for. Before I do that, I am just going to check on this family's real estate. I'm interested to see how much of everything they own. So they don't seem to own anything. I wonder if... I do think when this game started, then maybe there wasn't the option to invest in properties. I don't know. I feel like that should have been from the outset. But I think in order to build their empire, I might just have them go and purchase outright a property. But they would need to have the money. They have 91,000. So where do we think they're most likely to buy out? I think actually the criminal side, because they're both evil, I think they would just have this evil empire. So I'm going to have her, while he's working there, I'm going to have her become a partner and hopefully also own the thing outright once she's... Okay, so she's bought that. Now for 35,000 she's going to buy out the property, and now they are going to have ownership of this, the criminal building. This is what the criminal building looks like in general, by the way. It's the smashed in windows, it has kind of some text. It was clearly like an abandoned warehouse. It has a boarded up door here. Kind of looks like something from The Walking Dead there. But it's got this kind of back entrance, which is like a secret layer. It's not that secret because there's an expensive cars parked there. Maybe we could be more subtle about that. And there's a random onion plant here. I don't know why. Right, Vita has bought out this place, so she could go in and fire a sim. I actually think now they have possession over this, I genuinely think in terms of like rubbing it in the faces of their old enemies, the land grabs, what they would actually do is fire Malcolm Landgrab. They would get him fired. With all that power, that's what she would use it for. She's evil and she's a snob, so she's going to get him fired, and that's going to be her little revenge on them. And obviously he doesn't like her. He's not taking it too well. That's understandable. He probably understands why he's been fired. Sorry, Malcolm, but you know, you went into the criminal career. So okay, so Holly has just finished work. She didn't even get half the bar, but to be fair, she doesn't have brilliant gardening skill points, so I can kind of understand that. She wanted to go home, but I think we're not going to do that. I think we are going to have her go to Central Park, because she has the want to visit the park. And maybe we can ask Phoebe on a date here as well. I'm thinking this might be a nice place to propose. I know it sounds like we're kind of rushing through things here a little bit, but I don't know. I think it would be nice to kind of get that relationship. You know, we don't know how long they were kind of seeing each other prior to settling down. She doesn't have many more years in her. She nearly got into an altercation with this Roderick guy, but BB's come to save her. Gunther wants to chat to Vita, so that's fine. She can develop that relationship a little bit. Oh. Hold on. So Nick Alto has been arrested. You may ask why. And that would be a good question. It's because the police have found his criminal activity and they have decided he needs to be put in a cell to stop him from doing so. So this is kind of one of the fun things about that particular career is you do actually face these kind of consequences, and that's the nice thing about the Ahsokan world. Working in the criminal career, you do sometimes end up in the cells. Which would be, which is interesting because he obviously basically runs the place. It's quite realistic as well because look, they take all your belongings as well when you visit. So the laptop, we don't want your other inmates to be jealous of your laptop from Landgrab Industries. I'm surprised he would have a laptop from his enemy, but maybe they're the only laptops going. But yeah, so they take all those things and they bring it back. He obviously is missing or was missing work. He didn't secure his promotion. I don't know if he would have necessarily. I think he would have missed out regardless. But it didn't help that he had to finish work early. I think he would work out. I think he would get some more exercise in. He's stressed and he's got a good athletic bar. Over on the other side of town, Roderick McConnell is still third-wheeling our date and he needs to stop talking about fish. Yeah, I'm bored as well, BB, of this man. Can we ask him to leave? Goodbye. I'm trying to propose to my girlfriend. Thank you. Goodbye. I feel like maybe she could have just done this in not a public place, but she wanted to go to the park, so that's where we're going to have to do this. Okay, so it's starting to get dark. I think the lighting's quite nice for a proposal actually right now. I would like to also point out that I really like BB Hart's outfit. Not such a fan of Holly's, but it is kind of in keeping, I think, with her. She's kind of got trainers and shorts. It's not a bad look. Not necessarily a good one either. Okay, so she is getting down on one knee and she is proposing. Hopefully she says yes. Yeah, she looks like she has. Oh, that's so sweet. They are officially engaged. So I think with these two, we're not going to progress them any further. If they want to get married, they are very welcome to do so without our input. But if they want to wait for us to get around to the Hart family, then they are also very welcome to do that as well. They clearly really love each other. I'm glad that we kind of got this relationship up. I think they will make very good mothers. I think when we play the Hart family, we can get these two a child and potentially move out with them as well. Vita Alto is just waiting really for Nick to get home. But we've had Gerald Batchelor, who has aged up now to a toddler. So I'd love to give him a little look as well. He's got jet black hair, which is very reminiscent actually of Cassandra. So he will be a little goth baby when his parents do eventually marry. So when Nick finally does get out, he's going to need to come home and sort out his needs. Fortunately, with the woohoo that they both want to do, that will build up his stress points so that he won't be stressed anymore. He'll be very happy. So that will, that's a quick fix if you're stressed and you have an adult sin or elder sin. This is sweet. So Holly is playing computer games while BB just sits across from her adoringly. Which is, one way to celebrate an engagement. She's so bored she's gone to talk and introduce herself to a stranger. And she's gone to tell them they're engaged. That's really sweet actually, isn't it? But the woman does not care. That's fair enough, Reagan. You've just met. I would maybe be a bit more enthusiastic than that, but, marginally. and they've had a good date, so she's heading home. So I think we're going to send Holly home as well, take care of her final needs and sort herself out, ready for her to go back to work tomorrow morning, and hopefully live out the rest of her life with BB. She also is best friends with the car, so it's clearly something she's inherited from her father. Vita doesn't have any interest in that whatsoever. Nick Alto has finally been released from prison, and he is driving his expensive car back home. I feel like he would, I don't know, he's not happy about missing work, and then he would be really grumpy about the fact that he has to be in like a prison, but I think he would think it was quite cool. Okay, I'm going to quickly have him shower and also have something to eat, and then we can have some romantic interactions between the two of these. Okay, Vita wants to boast to her own daughter, who lives in this place by the way, about the pool that they have. And Holly is understandably bored of that conversation, given that she literally has the pool too. Her mum really is nagging her. Right, well, we're just going to ignore you, Vita. I'm sorry, we're making dinner. I feel like Vita doesn't really know what to do with herself. She's just kind of wandering around. Oh, for goodness sake, Thornton and Nick are no longer friends again. We spent this whole episode trying to, like, make them friends. Oh no, he's just walked in with on his daughter. Sorry. This is the problem with having this as being like a corridor bathroom. You're gonna get that, aren't you? So they have both just woohooed, so they should be able to get that moodlet there. There you go. Nick is going to sleep. For some reason Vita isn't, maybe because she needs the toilet, so we'll just let her go do that. And then we will have her evil slumber. Okay, well that pretty much concludes our episode today. We have obviously spent 3 days with the Alto family. Holly is now engaged to BB Hart, which is absolutely adorable. They are both really lovely Sims, so I really hope it works out for them, and I look forward to playing them when we play the Hart household at some point soon. And we also have Nick, who tried to save his relationship with Thornton. It's gone back to how it was, so we've made no dent in that. But he has, started to pursue his dream career of being in the criminal career track, and he's doing pretty well at it actually. I think the combination of workaholic and ambitious is really seeing him through there. In terms of Vita, we've had her host parties. She's made a best friend in Hank Goddard, which was a bit of touch and go as to whether that was going to be anything more than that, but they seem to work well as best friends. I don't really know why, maybe because they're both schmoozers. And we got to experience some of the evil trait here, which is one of the funniest traits and one of my favourite ones to play as well. What I will do now is I'm going to roll the dice again and see which family we are playing next time. Okay, so as fortune would have it, we have rolled the number 6, which means that we will be playing the Hart family in the next episode. So we do get to continue Holly and BB's love story through that. I think that's going to be really exciting. We can get them to move in together. We can get them to raise a family and adopt that way, which I think would be really exciting, and I'm looking forward to next episode very much for that reason. So thank you very much for watching today's episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you would like to leave a comment or like and subscribe, I would be very grateful, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.